Hey everybody, welcome to another video. Grace here. So today I'm going to do a little bit of a deck profile as well as dive into maybe a ladder match or two so we can do some live gameplay with Fairies. So Fairies is a deck that I obviously is not tier 1. I wouldn't consider the top echelon of GOAT format decks, but at the same time, is it competitively viable? Yes. I believe so. Now, it doesn't have an incredible track record, but at the same time, nobody's really played it. People are not bringing Fairies to tournaments, but some of the people who have seen success. The main person that I have spoken with about the deck quite a bit is Grumpelstiltskin, who I believe got top 4 at some GOAT War League Invitational, MVP Invitational. That's right. He earned his invite to Worlds in that tournament running Fairies. Now, his list is quite a bit different than mine. He was more focused on kind of running a Chaos build with some floaters, as well as the Fairies engine. He ran Mudora. Is that what it is? Yes. Mudora, which gains 200 attack for each fairy monster in your graveyard, so it can get really, really big late game if you bring him out at the right time. But my kind of game plan, my version, is a little more focused on banishing light monsters from your graveyard, so not as viable in this build, but still could be good potentially. So I don't know. There's a lot of different ways you can take the deck. There is, like I mentioned, more chaos variants. I feel like that's probably the more tried and true method of this deck, but at the same time, this is my version and it's completely selling out to only running light monsters. It's completely selling out to being as consistent as possible. I've played, I don't know, close to 30 matches, 20 matches with this deck already, with this exact version of the deck, even more matches with previous versions of the deck, and it's been really, really good. It's been very powerful. Now, I think that the deck has a really high floor. I feel like it's, if you're playing against somebody that's less skilled, I feel like there's a lot of ways you can grind out your opponent and gain slow advantages and win pretty much in the mid game, where I feel like it doesn't quite have that ceiling at the end of the day that, you know, bringing in some of those chaos monsters would provide. There's no BLS in this deck. There's no chaos sorcerers in this deck, and that's definitely presents some issues. But at the same time, I think this deck is still powerful enough to get it done. It's still good enough to take wins off of Chaos Turbo and Warriors. And yeah, so kind of my idea for this deck, like I said, really selling out to making as many light monsters as possible, making sure that Soul of Purity and Light and Freed are always live. That's one of the main reasons a deck like this can brick, is when you just don't have enough lights engraved to support cards like these that are really great kind of mid-range aggressive cards that help you tune your strategy. So let's kind of go through the list. We'll talk a little bit about the Fairy strategy if you're not aware of what Fairies are trying to do, and then we'll kind of get into a game. So obviously the kind of heart and soul of your deck is the Venuses and the Angels. So we'll start with Venus. You can pay 500 life points, summon a mystical Shine Ball from your hand or deck. There's different ratios you can run. I think you could also do 3 and 3 if you want to, but I'm doing 3 and 2 just to lessen the chance of opening Shine Ball, but at the same time, I'm missing out on like 500 extra damage in an open board. I'm missing out on an extra tribute with the Shine Ball just to lessen the chance of potentially opening it. I think it's a reasonable trade. I think you can do whatever you want. But these are kind of the heart and soul of your decks, because what this does is instantly, when you summon this, you instantly get 3 light monsters on the field, which are eventually going to go to grave, and that's going to fuel your Soul Impurities and your Freed. As well, Shining Angel is another great method to get lights into your graveyard very quickly by either crashing it or by having your opponent attack into it. Other ways that you get lights into your grave quickly is through Zaborg, tributing off your Shine Balls, tributing off your Angels, which are all fantastic tribute foddered cards, to allow you to set up these nice advantage swinging Zaborg plays. And then also a lot of these cards, the Venuses, the Angels, the used up Magician of Faiths, all pair really well with Creature Swap. allowing you to make nice advantage swinging plays with the creature swap, because you go Venus, bring out the shine balls, activate creature swap, send them a ball in attack position, and then, you know, make some plays. Same thing with Shining Angel and creature swap obviously works really well. And I really like creature swap in this deck. It's fantastic. It really, I'm very, very happy anytime I draw it in combination with any of these other cards. As well as I do have a very small warrior engine. DD Warrior Lady, Sasuke, Blade Knight, and Freed. All light monsters, all searchable off of Rhoda. Just one Rhoda, because, you know, sometimes you can draw 3 of these already or have gone through 3 of them and then draw Rhoda later in the game. And so I don't want to be bricking on Rhodas with less warriors. And these just kind of allow you to play that aggressive strategy. You search what you need based off of the situation. And they're just good beaters to help force out battle traps, to make sure that your Soul of Purities and your Zaborgs go through. Freed is also just fantastic into pretty much any matchup besides control. You bring it out against your opposing Blade Knights, you bring it out against opponents' Chaos Sorcerers and BLSs. That's usually what it comes in against. It's also fantastic against Zombira, which has a very stout place in the meta at the moment. So really like Freed, just an instant nice +1 that people don't see coming. You can search with it off of Rhoda. You know, you top deck this and you have Lights Engrave and they have a BLS on board, they're going to tilt off the face of the earth. It works out really well. And then the Soul of Purity and Lights, this is kind of, they function like a Gigantes in Earth aggro, essentially. It's just that extra summon you put on board. You know, everybody knows I love this card. If you have seen my YouTube channel before, I'm always trying to make these like light banish monsters such as Freed and Soul and Purity and Light. I've always been trying to make them work and fit them in a strategy, and this might be the best one yet, but I don't know. Then 2 Magician of Faiths. Little weird because you're really not trying to set monsters too often, but it's a light. You run a lot of spells. Sometimes your opponents will eventually discard their Nox after, you know, realizing that you're not going to be setting that often, and so then you can make sure that the Faith goes off. It's just, I mean, it's just Magician of Faith. It just, you run so many spells. It's a great power card, and yeah, it just does what it does. Sometimes it gets knocked because you're not setting a lot, and at the end of it's not the end of the world. And then of course the 2 Zaborgs, just big tributes that allow you to make these big advantage swinging plays, and you have plenty of great tribute fodder as well, as these are lights. So that is that. Spells, pretty standard. Smashing Ground, I like this in here. Now, everything else is kind of fairly standard. The only thing that I will mention is how I kind of built the deck is that I just wanted it to be as consistent as possible. That's why I'm not running Exiled Force. That's why I'm not running Tribe Infecting Virus. Now, should I be running those cards? Maybe. I mean, I could definitely see a reason for running Tribe, at least. It's just having harder time finding room in it here for it. But anyway, enough said. I really want to focus on just this light monster engine, and as well, that is why I decided to go with the double Upstart 3 Jarred Reeds, trying to make this thing as consistent as possible, drawing through your deck very quickly. And one thing that people don't realize about a strategy like this is because of Venus and because of Shining Angel, you're going to be thinning out your deck a lot. And so that's going to allow you to go even faster through your deck to get to these power cards. And so really a lot of the gameplay, the way it works out is you kind of grind them out in the early to mid game by trying to take nice advantages, trying to get nice pluses with creature swap, get chipping in for damage with some of your warriors, potentially Soul and Purity, making nice aggressive plays with Zaborg. But then eventually, like, you're just drawing through your deck so quick, you're left with a hand of power cards. You're left with a Premature Burial. You're left with a Snatch Steal. You're left with a Smashing Ground. These power spells that you're waiting to make the right push with your Heavy Storm. And because you're going through your deck quickly, you're getting to these power spells, and you eventually have a hand and an opportunity where you can set up a game shot with it. So in addition to the Jar of Greed, I'm running the 3 kind of stable traps. I think maybe you could justify not running Torrential because you'll very often have some sort of board presence, but at the same time, I don't know. I think it's okay in here. Now, the other question that I've had with this deck is really revolving around the trap lineup, and I'm just bringing you into my thought process as I talk about this deck. But The trap lineup is something I'm still kind of figuring out. Like I said, I really like these Jar of Greeds. I feel like they make the deck go very, very quickly. Obviously, people will just blind MST them randomly or bring out Breaker and pop them, which feels great, and you get nice pluses, but it's really all about the consistency. And then often games 2 and 3, they'll be a bit more hesitant to blind, destroy your face downs. And so, yeah, but the question is, this would be a good deck for Decree, right? I feel like this would be a great deck that ran Royal Decree. Grumpelstiltskin ran Decree in his fairy deck that did really well. The problem with that is the cards that I want to bring in games 2 and 3 against the various matchups are not that synergistic with Royal Decree, such as against the aggro matchup, I really want to bring in extra battle traps, and against the Chaos Turbo matchup, I really want to bring in Trap Dust Shoot. And I feel like with so many chainables floating around, with so many Mobiuses in the side deck, that I just don't feel like running Royal Decree. Could be wrong. Maybe I'll give this a shot at some point with Decrees in the deck, but currently this is where things are. So, side deck, pretty self-explanatory. I've rambled on long enough. Let's get into a game. Checking the grave. He just goes Chaos off the top. I mean, what are you going to do? Snatch off the top, Chaos off the top. You know, it is what it is. Hopefully he attacks. That would be crazy. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't want to be that guy, but... All right, let's get into another duel. Pretty good hand. Less good hand. I want to keep the Venus or Zaborg. Yeah, that's probably best case scenario. I think I'll go with the Angel just to get another Light Engrave. Got 3 of them in the deck, so. No Dust Shoot's good. Okay, so 3 Faiths in the main. Certainly interesting. So he has no response to the attack. Okay. So that's another one. Metas. Oh, shit. We got a Fusilier. So what are we going to get here? What's his name? And target dragon monsters with card effects. So that is rendering the Zaborg useless. Monsters with card effects. Okay. That's a good draw. Go ahead and jar here as well. Okay, that's fine. I also can just trade Zaborg into the thing as well. So yeah, this isn't really ideal, but I think I just have to crash. Unfortunately, our Jar of Greed is dead. Really not too many traps in this deck. Unfortunate that I ran into Royal Decree. What to do here? We'll go ahead and just attack with the Angel. Run into Goat. So we're playing against decree goat control, basically, which the decree doesn't scare me. I mean, unfortunate to have the jar there, but it's more so control is a pretty tricky matchup. Tricky matchup from this deck, from what I've experienced, but drawn to a very nice Chaos Sorcerer here. So the question is, do I banish? I guess I go ahead and banish with the Sorcerer's Effect, banish my own. I've got enough lights in grave already, so that's fine. And no need to set anything here. Well, this is interesting. So he sets the goats. So that's definitely goats. So I want to go ahead and try to attack. He'll activate the goats. What's coming here? I have no idea. So that just fizzles, right? The jar just fizzles, I believe. All right, definitely behind the 8-ball here. Freed is not doing much in this matchup at all, fortunately. Mind control, not going to do it. I kind of want to try to like incite him into setting more things, but let's go ahead and go for it. I think that's a little idealized, that I expect he'd set a nice flip, then I'd mind con, then I'd go, you know, heavy. Like I said, a little idealized. So I don't know what to start doing here. It just feels bad. Part of me kind of wants to like set this Freed. Yeah, and we just run into the knock. Not good. And he hit me with the pro heavy. Alright, this ain't good. Getting cooked. It's all right. On to the next one. So I don't know if he's going to stick with the decrees. He might stick with the decrees because they were pretty good for him. So I'm going to go ahead and actually side out the jars, keep the upstarts. Normally I kind of do it the opposite way. I put the books in where the upstarts are, but I think I'm going to do that way. Is this a matchup that I want dust shoots in? Maybe. Don't really like creature swap in this matchup as well. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, we'll take out this seems solid so far. The question is just the dust shoots, really. I want to keep all of these traps. Here's what actually I do. I'll take out the Mirror Force because we're playing against control. It's not as good. We'll go with that second dust shoot there. And we'll go there with the third dust shoot, kind of hedging our bets a little bit, I guess. I think I do want the dust shoots in this matchup. I want to see his hand first. It's going to determine a lot, so I wasn't sure if I wanted to set or not yet. I didn't want to run into a knock this early. Meta, Tomato, Priest, Swap, BLS. I think probably just go... Yeah, just BLS. Don't overthink it. There's a way like I could try to incite him into summoning BLS and go snatch, but I don't think it's really worth it. We'll go ahead and go through the whole set of angels here. It's unfortunate. I mean, maybe I should have sent back the Ashura, I guess, because I realize now he's going to be able to just swap once he sees the Diddy Warrior Lady. Yep, good maths. I can tell my opponent knows what they're doing. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, that makes sense. All right. Almost went panic mode there. Makes a lot more sense. That's fine. Really need him to set something alongside this so that I can steal it and then go Zaborg. But doesn't really seem to be in the cards at the moment. I mean, I could just snatch this just raw, But I'm going to wait at least one turn to see if he sets something alongside, and it doesn't appear he's going to, so that's unfortunate. If he chains goats here, it's pretty brutal. This will be nice to help set us up with some shine balls aboard stuff. Good, that was a good turn for us. Luckily that went through. He's gone through 2 metas now, only 1 meta left in the deck. Gone through 1 scapegoat. Nice game. Good recovery there, game 2. Sorry I'm not giving a ton of commentary. Just not quite feeling it. So let's see where... Yeah, I think I liked everything. I think the dust shoots are going to continue to be good. He doesn't have Thunder Dragons, but I still think against this matchup that those will be good. He seems to have sided out the decrees, but I really kind of want to take out one of these swaps. I think I will go ahead. I just don't like it as much in this matchup. You really fear getting your creature swap chained on. Good thing we didn't draw a creature swap or Minecon there, or we definitely could have gotten punked. This is a decree. This could be bad here, to be completely honest. But I think he sided him out. We'll find out. Yep. Damn, that really, really sucks. Okay. That's okay. That's not the end of the world. We just can't draw any more traps. I am a little worried about a... I don't want a creature swap here, I don't think. I should probably set the creature swap before I do that so I don't get dust shooted, but there's a decree on the board, so that doesn't make any sense. So what does he have set? He might have goats, he might have a book. He's not setting any traps alongside that. Okay, so he's going on the aggressive, which might not be the worst time to do so. We'll find out. Haven't seen any books yet. It would be really nice to find a Book of Moon here in a sitch like this. Go ahead and set the torrential in case I find it out to the decree at some point. Probably don't need to set that really. Maybe I'm just trying to represent a Book of Moon. I don't know. Let's see what he does. I'm pretty, I'd say down an advantage for sure, especially with this card doing nothing. So it's basically 3 cards to his 6. 7 if you count the decree itself, so definitely behind, but that's okay. Have to kind of figure a way back into this game. Earlier when I wrote it, I wish I wouldn't have sided out the Sasuke. I should have sided out the Freed, kept in the Sasuke. Oh, well, this is a tricky sitch to be in here. Which do you send over? I can't send over this. I can't send over this Faith. I just can't. Let me think, what warriors do I have left? I have DD Warrior Lady, which could actually be really good here. Pot of Greed will be nice, but let's go ahead and Pot of Greed first. Definitely risk running into a into scapegoats here. That could be a definite problem. but I'm going to go for it anyway. And he does not chain Scapegoat, so that is good. I think I now want to go ahead and add the DD Warrior Lady, the Rhoda, so that I don't draw into it and I draw into other cards that are good. So, yeah. We're behind, but we're clawing back. Clawing back. A well-timed goat meta, though, is going to really hurt us. So he has a tomato, so he might go with some sort of creature swap play himself. He's already used one, he just turns it to defense, and then sets what is most likely the tomato. I don't think I want a Zaborg here. It's not horrible, but I think I'll wait. Nah. I don't know. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the DD Warrior Lady, attack into the face down Mon. I mean, I don't know if he's going to... Is he gonna... Yeah, okay. I was curious if he would set Tomato in that situation, knowing that I just got out DD Warrior Lady, but appears so. Alright, slowly clawing back. Okay, Faith Sinister. Agreed. So he's got light and dark. Haven't seen any metas. Haven't seen any goats yet. So as much as I feel like I'm in a good spot after that, it's going to be tricky for sure. Because now he's going to set something alongside or just do the whole tomato loop. But I think he's going to be able to out-mato me. He's already banished one of them, though, so he might not have another. That would be a big misplay. Okay, there's the Karibo. I've never seen Karibo into meta before, but kind of cool. Gone through all of our angels at this point, so I really don't mind using it as tribute fodder to get the Zaborg out here. Because what's that angel going to do at any? It's just a 1400 vanilla now. So my choice is either keep the thing, then go smashing, and then keep the angel, but because I have the Prima to go with, I don't know, maybe I should have just, yeah, maybe I should have just kept that. I don't know. So he's got only darks now. He's got a pretty decent hand. I don't know what he could have set though. Maybe a second Faith. Definitely could be like another Faith. I think regardless, I don't really have a choice. Okay, Reaper. I think I want to go ahead and use smashing on that before it becomes a bigger problem. I'm just worried about like a tribute for Mobius or something like that. I also don't know what to do with this torrential MST situation with the Decree on board. I feel like he might be locked out of one or two of his back rows as well. I'm not 100% sure. Now I really want to because I have the Decree, so I'm not sure. Or because I have the Dust Shoot. This could just be the Sinister. Okay, he's gonna book it. So he's getting a little, maybe a little desperate. Don't know. I think I'm gonna go ahead and hold off on this. So that book was sitting there all game. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, still haven't seen meta goats yet. Okay, he's gonna come in with a Zaborg of his own. That's fine. I don't know. What does he have in his hand? Like, I could definitely go Freed here. Heavy Storm would be really nice for him. I think I have to do this now because otherwise I'm not going to get any value out of this Dust Shoot. Oh, Sinister, Goats, Torrent, Fusilier, Mirror Force. So I just made his traps live. Unfortunate, but I think I'll go with the Fusilier. No, go with the Sinister. If he draws into meta, he draws into meta. That's fine. So yeah, maybe he was kind of locked out of traps. Maybe going with the maybe doing that thing on the Decree wasn't the best play. Could have cost me. So he's gonna have to Mirror Force this. Fortunate that I made both of these traps live. But that's how it goes. So that one's the Torrential. So that's Torrential. Torrential that? I don't know. I haven't seen that do anything all game. It's probably the Scapegoats. I think I want to save this heavy just until I'm ready to make a push. I'm ready to go for game. He's deciding whether or not to goats here, I think, maybe. So. I think I definitely heavy. And then this at least forces him to use the goats. Okay, so that was the goats. What is that? Is that also goats? Heavy. Okay. Okay, so does he have another goats in hand? He definitely could. Like I said, he draws into meta at this point, then he does, yeah. Didn't have it earlier. But he hasn't seen a ton, so... We haven't seen a ton, I should say. Luckily, though, he's not going to be able to attack us for damage here. Still have Ring in deck. So the Shine Balls are gone. What value does this Venus hold? Probably not a lot, really. We've gone through Graceful, right? No, we haven't drawn Graceful yet. So I actually am going to choose to hold it. Because if I draw into Graceful, then it'll be a good discard. This game is very close. Holy. Let's see what's under the hood. Got some good cards left. Does he have Snatch? He doesn't have Snatch anymore. And all the Faiths are gone. Sinister's still in his deck. But the question is this. If I do the play where I go Venus, attack the Thousand Eyes, is he going to have a meta to follow up? Probably. Well, he's gone through two. He's gone through two. So you know what? Let's go for this. This might be a mistake. I just realized this might be a mistake. He has Creature Swap. No, nothing. Well, let's keep plugging away. He also still has BLS, so... Yeah, this kind of sucks because Soul Impurity top deck is bad, 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 bad. Knock, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and hold the knock in hand. Oh, I need to find a Ring of Destruction. He probably has a Decree though. Yeah, oh, I gotta find something here. Answer this Kaiku. I mean, I should have maybe just kept him on the Thousand Eyes. Oh no, there we go. Go ahead and use it. Okay, big think. So, he definitely has another Scapegoat set. One of those is another Scapegoat. So with that in mind, I have to go with this. I have to go Nobleman, and then I think I gotta save the... Oh. Let's go for it. Even goats won't save him there. That might be it. We pulled it off. I believe. That was a good game. That was a really great win to get. Awesome. Yeah, definitely some misplays, but felt like I played fairly solid, and I think we got to kind of see what the deck can do. That one felt good. So, GG's. My opponent played very well. I also drew fairly well, of course. So, nice to come back. I think that was I lost the first game, won the next two, so that was really nice. All right, I think I'll go ahead and stop the video here. So it's going to be a long one, but thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see y'all around. Bye.